Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Baseball. I'm Shelby.
And I'm Susie.
Let's play ball. All right, let's start off with a lot of news around the league this week. Let's start off with the young guy, the rookie, Julio Rodriguez.
Can you believe this contract that he signed, Shelby? I am in shock. When it came across my Twitter feed, I died a little bit on the inside and then really hoped that at some point we could re-sign Tucker. But this contract makes me a little ill on the inside because I feel like Tucker is way more valuable than Julio Rodriguez. And is Tucker going to want Julio Rodriguez money?
I don't know. It's interesting, but I started thinking back of all like the 10 plus year contracts we've had within the last couple of years. One that really stuck out to me was like Austin Riley just signed a great contract. Ozzie Albies signed a good contract for little to no money. So I think that's kind of what it comes down to is, does Tucker want to be an Astro? I mean, he could get the years. I think he can totally get the years. But I don't know. We're known for not putting out a ton of money, and we also don't like contracts over 5 years. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but I mean, these mega contracts that have consistently been coming out are totally changing the game.
Oh, for sure. So for our fans, I say fans as if we have fans, not us, baseball fans, are not aware of Julio Rodriguez's contract. Let me read it so that I don't mess up any stats. Julio Rodriguez and Seattle Mariners have finalized a massive long-term extension that guarantees the 21-year-old outfielder $210 million and could max out at $470 million, which would be the richest deal in American sports history.
Wild.
So that blows my mind. The base deal is for $120 million and lasts through the 2029 season. Following the 2028 season, the Mariners can exercise an option for an additional 8 or 10 years, depending on where Rodriguez finishes in MVP voting in the preceding seasons. If the Mariners turn down the option, Rodriguez can exercise a 5-year, $90 million player option after the 2029 season, or hit free agency just shy of his 30th birthday. The Mariners' option is where the potential money can grow into a historically large figure. If Rodriguez maxes out his MVP escalators, Seattle's option would be for 10 years and $350 million, taking the total value of the deal to $470 million through 2039.
Jeez.
The lowest level would be for 8 years and $200 million, on top of the original $120 million. Keeping Rodriguez tied to the Mariners through 2037. That blows my ever-loving mind.
The man has not even played a full season of Major League Baseball. It's such a big gamble. It's a massive gamble. It's like the Padres with Tatis. I mean, they signed him very young, but not. Unbelievable.
I don't know. And then, did you see that there was an end of days contract clause?
No,
in his contract? Yeah. Basically, if the world goes to hell and the US dollar is no longer the currency in which people get paid by,
right,
whatever currency is used is the currency that he will require. So, first off, I want to know what Julio Rodriguez knows.
Who was his agent? I have to know. Well, number one, I want to know who his agent is.
Who do you think his agent is, Shelby?
Boris.
Scott Boras.
Of course, it's
so
Scott.
I'm assuming that since it's Scott Boras, that this end of days clause is in all of Scott Boras' contracts.
It's got to be.
So all of the players under Scott Boras has got to have this end of days contract. But apparently, Julio Rodriguez was adamant about wanting this in the contract. So
interesting.
So yeah, I was a little taken aback, but I mean, get your bag, Julio. You got it. You know.
No, I wish I was making over $200 million guaranteed money when I was 21 years old. But
I wish I was making $1 million. I'm not going to be greedy. I want $1 million. Okay, just one, just one. It just, again, mind boggled. And also, good for you, Julio, for getting your bag, especially now because you're locked up. You do not have to think about it, and you were there. And there's got to be something to be said for players who sign those contracts that just know that they're going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully he doesn't get complacent. Obviously, I don't know the caliber of man that Julio Rodriguez is. I don't think he will get complacent. I feel like he is a competitor and will want to be at the top tier level of the playing field. But hopefully he, plays free and easy and just kind of goes and just knows that this is his place. So hopefully he performs the way that the Mariners want him to perform.
Oh, yeah. And, the Mariners have been on the come up. I said this at the very beginning of the year. The Mariners are going to be scary, and now they have somebody to build around for, 10 years, 12 years, upwards of however many years.
Hopefully Kelenic can get it sorted out, maybe, hopefully. I guess Kelenic got sent back down, and then Kyle Lewis got sent back down, and so fingers crossed, man, that you guys can.
All right, mega contract.
Out of the way.
Mega teams. Team USA in the World Baseball Classic. So, of course,
I'm so excited about this.
We had to talk about this week because we are Kyle Tucker stans. And Kyle Tucker has confirmed that he will be a member of Team USA in the World Baseball Classic.
I am thrilled. I am 1,000% thrilled about this. And I do not know the lineups for all of the other teams, but this lineup is freaking deep and so scary.
Mike Trout.
I mean, so in the outfield, you got Mike Trout, Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper, Chad Mullins. Sorry, Chad Mullins was the guy that I went to high school with.
Shout out Chad Mullins. Hello, Chad Mullins. I hope you're one of our 6 listeners.
Not Chad Mullins. Cedric Mullins, excuse me. Cedric Mullins, Pete Alonso, Kyle Tucker. They've not locked in. JT Realmuto, Goldie at first, Nolan Arenado, Trevor Story. The lineup is deep and very scary, and I want them to start signing pitchers because I really need to know who we're going to be rooting for. So, thoughts, Shelby? Spencer Strider, yes or no?
I say yes for Strider. Pitchers are princesses. In the softball world, they're princesses, and in the baseball world, I'm sure they are also princesses.
I was not aware of that fact. I'm glad that you brought that to my attention.
Yeah, pitchers are princesses because they get treated a little better than everybody else does because of their value. Okay.
Is that all pitchers or is that just starting pitchers?
In softball, remember, there's not really relief and closers and all that kind of stuff. There's just pitchers, but I don't know how they're treated in MLB. But I think Spencer Strider's a yes. He's young. He's had a great rookie year. And he's never had this kind of experience. Like, holy shit, if I was a rookie and I had the opportunity to go throw on this team, around multiple future Hall of Famers, hell yeah, put me on the team. And I get to work. The hitting coach is Ken Griffey Jr. Like, you literally get to be in the presence of so much greatness. That's just
super excited.
Just on Team USA. That's not even – think about, like, Puerto Rico. Remember when Puerto Rico was absolutely stacked? Javi Baez?
No, I do not remember when Team Puerto Rico was stacked. Do you remember, Shelby, that I've only recently become a baseball fan? Okay. This is my first World Baseball Classic. Okay. I will watch all of the games. I don't care if I have to wake up at 3 a.m. to watch Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic. I will watch all of the games, Shelby. Okay.
They're always stacked. Puerto Rico is always great. Venezuela is always great. Dominican's always great. Cuba's always great. Team USA is always great. So that's why it's so exciting. But yeah, pitchers, I don't know. I would really like, it's hard for me to talk about, the high value guys in the MLB right now, like DeGrom, and who has been fairly injury prone. Is it worth the risk to, as fun as it is and as cool of an experience as it is it worth the risk? Same thing with Max Scherzer.
So no, you don't think JV will go?
I don't know. It's really, really, really hard for me to say yes. Obviously, if they did, Jesus, what a killer rotation. But I don't know.
But they're all ones. They're all ones.
They're all ones.
I feel like there would be some. But I think maybe Shane McClanahan. You think Shane McClanahan will go?
I could totally see Shane McClanahan, but I could also see, I think you and I had talked about this earlier. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody, even though he's fresh off Tommy John, but he just signed that extension, but like Tyler Glasnow.
Oh.
I would love to see Tyler Glasnow in red, white, and blue.
So let's make our dream rotation, Shelby. Dream rotation, okay? I did not prepare you for this, so this is totally off the cuff. Okay. Starting 5. Go.
Oh, it's gonna be DeGrom. It's gonna be JV. It's gonna be Max Scherzer. Gonsolin. I'm gonna go with Gonsolin.
Captain Catterday.
Yeah, Glasnow's not gonna be in the dream rotation. I think he's in the realistic rotation. Okay. This is tough. I'm stumped. I'm stumped on my 5th one.
So I didn't prepare a stump Shelby moment, but I made a stump Shelby moment. I'm very proud of myself.
In a perfect world at the beginning of the year, he is, as much as it hurts me to say this name, he has not been performing well, but he is a great starting pitcher, is Garrett Cole. I know you want to throw up right now, but at the beginning of the season, that would have been my 5. That would have totally been my 5.
Look, I will take Garrett Cole. I will take Garrett Cole and Spider Tack any day of the week. So, but now, if they're gonna check for Spider Tack, we cannot take the Garrett Cole. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there.
That was that would have been my starting dream rotation at the beginning of the season. I don't know who my number 1, number 5 would be for Team USA. That's a tough one for me to sit there and say.
Okay. Maybe that will be our Twitter question of the week. If you could pick a starting 5 dream team for Team USA, who would it be? That's what we will ask on our Twitter, on all 67 of our followers.
Yeah, our followers are real though.
Our followers are real, and we got a bunch more this week. So shout out to all of our new followers. But we got, I want to say 20 new followers yesterday or something like that. And you couldn't tell me shit yesterday. Okay. I was like, we got 20 new followers, y'all. Hey, couldn't tell me nothing yesterday. I don't know where y'all came from. We're glad that you were here though. Okay.
You couldn't tell me shit yesterday because I was smacking doubles of Makers and soda at the juice box yesterday.
Okay. So that is currently why you are not drinking. We
Correct.
will forgive that. That is
Crawford box.
But that is why I am drinking all of the Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. And for our audio listeners only, I'm currently holding up the most delicious can of Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix. If y'all don't know what the Zing Zang Bloody Mary mix is, they have tiny little cans of it. Go get you some because it is delightful. And it is the best pre-mixed mixture of Bloody Mary mix ever. Anyways. That was my tiny little plug that I don't even get paid for. So you're welcome. So you guys know that I actually like it and I'm not just, pimping out products that we don't use out here. So
we talked about the Yankee that we despise, right? A little Garrett Cole action. Let's talk about.
I was like, wait, there's more. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page on the which Yankee that we despise the most.
It's going to be, you despise Garrett Cole quite a bit.
Oh, that's true, too. That's true.
He not only broke our heart, he shattered it. He basically threw it on the ground and then stomped on it when he was not affiliated to any team. So,
he's affiliated with his own self.
But let's talk about the former Yankee that we're rooting for this week, Jordan Montgomery.
Monty. I'm so excited for him. I'm so excited that he's gone over to the Cardinals and just shoved for them.
At one
Absolutely.
point this last week, but since his trade, he had 4 wins, and all other Yankee starters had 2 wins. I love to see it. Gallo's doing well. We talked about Gallo last week, and now we have Jordan Montgomery.
And did you see his little facial hair? Jordan Montgomery's facial hair that he's that
power in the facial hair.
After coming off of a Yankees rotation, they're enjoying the power of not shaving. All of the power lies in the facial hair. I'm just saying, maybe the Yankees need to reevaluate their facial hair policies. So, I mean, if you will allow ridiculous mustaches, I don't understand why you don't allow anything else. That's just silly.
I totally just had a random thought. Like, Aaron Judge obviously is mashing the baseball right now. I'm envisioning Aaron Judge with facial hair right now, and I don't know how I feel about the image that I have in my head.
I don't know. He's the only Yankee mashing, because that is pretty much their offense is asleep.
Yes.
I mean, besides Aaron Judge, name me a Yankee that is performing. You can't.
Nope.
Right?
You can't. Sure cannot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that we don't have any Yankee follower listeners, but if there are, please come talk to me and tell me if there's anybody in your lineup that is mashing.
I'm really excited actually to watch this AL East race now, because the Rays are only 8 games behind. They're only 8 games behind.
And what's crazy about the Rays being the Rays is the fact that their almost entire lineup is just a mismatch of random people, because everyone has been hurt this season. Everyone. And it's just plug and play over there in Rays land in Clearwater. I think at one point everybody everybody that was on their IL, they had so many people on the IL that they could make a full roster.
Oh wow.
Off of people from their IL. Or so, it was something ridiculous like that. And that just blew my mind, that the fact that they're still in the hunt with as many people.
Oh, and with the way the Yankees are, I want to say playing, but the way the Yankees are not playing, oh my gosh. The Oakland A's.
The Oakland A's, Shelby, I had to check to see if maybe somehow miraculously they had scored any runs. It's the end of the 7th. And it is still 4-1 Oakland Athletics. Now, I will raise my hand and say that the Oakland Athletics are a thorn in the Houston Astros side. Correct?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
They're the only team to sweep us this year. But you know what? Oakland Athletics, more power to you. Okay? Last night's game was ridiculous.
Jesus.
Did you see the last night's game? Went into the 9th inning 0-0. Okay? Shout out to Adam Aller. Apparently he's a Texas boy. He's like Houston boy. Not even like
really?
He's an actual Houston boy. Adam Aller. And I want to say it was Domingo Germán, I think. Both of them were dealing. And it went into extra innings. And 10th inning, AJ Puck, I want to say. I don't know. The Oakland Athletics have way too many redheaded leprechaun pitcher motherfuckers, and I can't keep them all straight. I want to say it was Adam Aller and AJ Puck. Correct me if I'm wrong. AJ Puck comes in and starts not dealing as well, but walks in. No, both of the runs that the Yankees got were unearned. So it's now 2-0, and now it's the top of the 11th. And Stephen Voigt, thank you, comes in and pinch hits a home run. 2-run home run. I can't remember who was on base beforehand, but it was off Lou Trevino. There we go. Who, incidentally, came from the A's. And it was beautiful. It was freaking beautiful that Stephen Voigt, right? That's what he said. Comes in and he's high stepping it around the bases after that home run because it was gorgeous. And now the game is tied. And DJ LeMahieu, so Shea Langoliers is up to bat. Singles, DJ LeMahieu overthrows, and the Oakland Athletics walk it off against the New York Yankees.
In front of how many people? How many people are in the Coliseum?
36,000 plus.
And remember, at the beginning of the year, there were 3,000. When they played the Astros, there was 3,000 people in the Coliseum. And against the Yankees, they win in front of 36,000 people.
Again, I did not know which fact I was more in shock of. The fact that there was 36,000 people at the Coliseum or that the A's walked off the Yankees. Not gonna lie. Both of those facts simultaneously blew my mind. And they are currently winning. It's the top of the 8th now. And, oh no. Top of the 8th now. And Andrew Benintendi reaches on a fielding error. And Judge is up to bat. So, and there's no out. So let's hope the Judge strikes out. But that is currently what's going on. But we are in the upside down, Shelby. We are in the upside down.
We really are.
Wherein the teams that you expect to do really well are not doing as well. And the teams that are not doing as well are just absolutely shoving. Case in point, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Or the Los Angeles, is that how it goes? I'd never know.
Oh, Lord, I don't even know.
Shohei Ohtani. Oh, Aaron Judge strikes out swinging, y'all. Anyways, Shohei Ohtani's team. That's what we're going to call that. We're just going to rename the Angels Shohei Ohtani's team. Absolutely just went to Rogers Center and shut him down. Friday's game was 12-0.
The offense over there is bananas. The bananas against the Blue Jays. They're going crazy.
I was in shock.
What? And then Shohei Ohtani throws how many innings of shutout baseball?
Like 7?
7 innings of shutout baseball.
Yesterday?
Come back the next day. Bomb. Yeah. Shohei bomb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Friday, 12-0 shutout. Saturday, 2-0 shutout at the Rogers Center. And then today they lose 8-3. So they got the Blue Jays, that arguably has one of the deepest lineups, right? Scariest lineups in the MLB, in the entire league, gets swept by Shohei Ohtani's team. I'm not even going to attempt to say the entire name again.
I love baseball. And, especially when you think about the Rogers Center, so you're seeing all these, so like Edwin Diaz interests, right? Have you seen Jordan Romano's at the Rogers Center?
I have not.
They shut the lights off. Is it
also crazy?
They shut the lights off. And it's like they're playing on the big screen and they've got light show. It's crazy. So, I mean, it's like they have a huge home field advantage with, the atmosphere in that stadium. So to see, of all people, the Angels come out and, 12 was kind of embarrassing at home, to say the least.
Just shut them down. Then the Dodgers. As much as I dislike the Dodgers, we can say that the Dodgers are arguably one of the best teams.
Oh, easy.
And yet, the Marlins just absolutely dominated. I take it back. The Marlins did not dominate. Sandy Alcantara dominated.
A freak of nature.
Okay, Sandy freaking Alcantara, complete game. wins that against the Dodgers 2-1. Sandy Alcantara says, hey, Marlins, come on. I got you. Just get on my back. Let's do this. 2-1 against the Dodgers.
I have to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts over on the Marlins City Connect uniforms?
I don't think I've seen the Marlins City Connect uniforms.
What? They're pretty cool. They're red and they have like white stripes, and I think they say like Miami. I think they say Miami on the front, but it's like an ode to.
Well, now I have to look. I have to look it up right now.
It's like an ode to Cuba. It's pretty sweet. But I'm actually trying to look up. I really thought I saved it in my notes, but it was a comparison. Here it is. It's from Starting Nine. It says Garrett Cole can end the season with 80 consecutive scoreless innings and still have an ERA higher than Sandy Alcantara currently.
That is fucking insane. Okay. We're going to have to put the E explicit on this episode specifically for that F-bomb, because you cannot talk about Sandy Alcantara and what he has done this season without throwing in some expletives. I'm sorry. You just can't.
You want to know kind of...
He's a monster.
And I feel like, honestly, he's been like... He's kind of flown under the radar when it comes to... Everybody's talking about JV. Like, everybody's talking about JV right now. Everybody's talking about... They're going to talk about DeGrom. They're going to talk about Scherzer. But... It's because of the team. It's because of the team he's on. But the fact of the matter is that if Sandy Alcantara was not on the Miami Marlins, I don't even know what their record would be. We're going to have to look that up. We're going to have to look that up. And I am not thrilled with the Miami Marlins City Connect uniforms. I think they look a little boring, not going to lie. I like them. I think you need to take the time after the pod to read the story behind them and what it represents. It's pretty good. Well, I'm just looking at it, and it's just red with like fish stripes, with like the white pinstripes, and I like their hat. Their hat's cool. The hat's sweet. So maybe the hat has some better meaning, but right off the bat, I'm not a fan. I kind of like the Padres City Connect uniform. So even though they kind of remind me of Easter eggs, but I think they look pretty cool. My cat just bit the fuck out of my toe. Sorry, y'all. My cat being a jackass. Anyways. Well, good. I'm glad I could get your opinion on that. I like the uniforms. Like, I like uniforms in general. I will have to look and read the story about it, because I like their hats. Their hats are cool. Their jersey in and of itself, I think, are a little bit boring, but maybe I'm not seeing the details on it and stuff. You definitely got to see the Astros jerseys and stuff. So, but also in the upside down, Shelby, did you see that Dallas Keuchel is now a Texas Ranger? I did, and very underwhelming debut. Very underwhelming. Underwhelming? That's the word you're going to use, Shelby? Underwhelming? Really? Embarrassing. It was embarrassing. 5.1 innings pitched. He gives up 7 earned runs. You want to know how many he strikes out? 1. He struck out 1. I miss people wearing beards at Minute Maid when he was at the peak of his career. We're always going to have a spot in our hearts for Dallas Keuchel, because Dallas Keuchel was who we held on to when the Astros were not very good. I don't know. I think this might be it. I don't. As sad as it is, I think this might be it. You know where he should go? Do you know where he should go to play? The Yankees? No, I mean, I would love that, but he should go to Savannah, and he should go be a Savannah Banana. Oh, just like our good buddy Spider-Man, Josh Reddick. Oh. And I was not aware that Josh Reddick signed
with the Savannah Bananas.
So I wasn't either, but then I saw that, like, I don't know. I feel like I saw something. I was like, it was for a night or something like that. But Josh Reddick,
okay.
I hope he sticks with it, because Josh Reddick is meant to be a Savannah Banana at this point in his career, because that is everything I've ever wanted to see out of Josh Reddick. I mean, it's everything.
I need to see Josh Reddick dance. Okay, not gonna lie, I need to see Josh Reddick dance before I allow him to be part of the Savannah Banana rotation. Not gonna lie.
I love it. Oh, yeah. I love it. He made a killer catch. And
Did you see him tear his jersey off and then have the Spider-Man ensemble?
I absolutely did. So, fun fact, Josh Reddick actually has a house in Crosby, which is probably like 20 minutes from my house or something like that. And so every once in a while, you'll see the Spider-Man Lamborghini roll through.
So what you're saying is we need to go stand out. No, I'm just kidding. We won't stand outside anybody's house. We won't do that. But his twin boys are freaking adorable.
Oh my gosh, the glasses are so cute. I love them.
They're freaking adorable. I want to chew on their cheeks. We won't, because that's creepy. But
there's a couple of things that I really wanted to talk about. I really, really, really enjoy fun stories in baseball. So one of my favorite stories in baseball this week is Broccoli Guy. Have you seen Broccoli Guy?
I have seen Broccoli Guy, and I have a plethora of questions. One being, where did you keep the broccoli? Did you bring the broccoli in a Tupperware? Because that broccoli was immaculate when he was holding it up. Like,
beautiful.
Like all of the heads were still intact. I need to know. Did you bring it in a Tupperware? In a backpack? I need to know these things.
Is he walking the streets of Seattle just with, broccoli in hands, doing his little?
I wouldn't be shocked, because it's Seattle. But I need to know. Is it always broccoli? Does it change per game? These are the questions that I need to know.
We do. Now you have me thinking. But so apparently Broccoli Guy has been like a thing, I think, since last season.
So he goes to all the games with broccoli? Like, that's his thing? That's his shtick?
It's his thing. He's Broccoli Guy.
We need to see if we can get him on the show, Shelby.
So
all four of our listeners, we need to see this.
I did do some research. Broccoli Guy is a teacher.
Of what subject, Shelby?
Kindergarten teacher.
Oh my God, stop it.
Totally makes sense. I love it. But the Mariners marketing team, if you don't follow the Seattle Mariners on Twitter, I highly encourage you to do it, because they're phenomenal. So they have Broccoli Guy. Broccoli Guy goes viral. And then we have, throwing out the first pitch, Ichiro Girl. And so I see this and I'm like, who is Ichiro Girl? So apparently, I guess, back when Ichiro was playing, he goes into the stands and he touches this girl going for a ball, and she absolutely goes bananas. And she's like, oh my God, come on, Mom, has a total
with her flip phone.
Yes, with her flip phone. And they did an interview with Ichiro Girl. It's hilarious. Like, it's good humor, it's fun humor, and it's things that we need to see, especially when we have guys like Zack Hample going viral in the baseball world this week again.
Good grief. Did you see him get absolutely ratioed by Marcus Stroman on Twitter?
I absolutely did.
Oh my goodness. So, and I'll put this ratio in our links and all that fun stuff so that people can see it. But I'm going to just read this because, so apparently the whole hoopla is Zack Hample, for those who don't know, is this grown man who goes to all of the baseball games and basically just shoves children out of the way for foul balls, home runs, all the fun stuff, right? And the Colorado Rockies very nicely, politely told him that he could not stand in the breezeway to try and catch these balls. And Zack Hample made this big ordeal out of it and then tweeted about it. And then, I don't know who David Amondi is, but he says, "You're not a fan. You're a 44-year-old loser who goes to baseball games to chase home run balls. Baseball games are supposed to be fun. Tools like you going there for your own agenda and taking home run balls away from children is part of the problem." And then Marcus Stroman, one of the pitchers for the Chicago Cubs, replies to that and says, "Facts." Then Zack Hample replies back and says, "Dear Marcus, thanks for the ball you threw me before Game 2 of the 2016 ALDS in Arlington," with little kissy face emoji. And then Marcus Stroman replies back to that and says, "It's truly comical how much of a loser you are. Grown-ass man taking baseballs away from the youth and making videos complaining about security doing their jobs. You're the definition of a clown. LOL. Laughing, crying face emoji, and clown face emoji." I died a little bit on the inside, crying, laughing about this because I like. Well, first off, I was not super aware of who Zack Hample was. Like, I just kind of knew that he was this grown man that just went to baseball games to, I guess, get home run balls. And I didn't know what he does with them. Does he sell them? Does he collect them? What is the whole point of this?
I don't know. I know he has a documentary out, and I want to watch it. I'm not a Zack Hample fan. I think the fan experience at an MLB game, especially for kids, that's what keeps them fans for life, and that's what keeps them coming to the stadium and attending games. And if we want this game to grow, those things have to go to the kids. I mean, it just is what it is. As wonderful as it is, when I, catch a ball, Javier Bracamonte threw me one in like a day game last year, but it's not really for me. The only reason I got it is because there's no kids around me. I mean, but I don't know how I feel about Zack Hample, because I do know that he got Alex Rodriguez's 3,000th hit, and he gave it back to the Yankees, but he did ask that they donate in return $150,000 to charity, which I think obviously it's totally respectable. And the Yankees gave him some stuff like jerseys and stuff, but then he does really shitty stuff like this. And then he paid for a ticket to like a military only game, basically begged for it and had someone, it's like, just don't be a douche. Like, I feel like he's just a douche.
Yeah, look, Zack Hample, you may be a really nice guy, but the fact of the matter is you're doing some shitty things.
Yes.
We can only judge you on the things that we see, right? So, I don't know.
Perception is reality. Majority of the time.
I'm still on the fence about Zack Hample, so we'll see. But we'll see how much more he takes this, because I feel like this is going to be his hill to die on kind of deal. So I don't know. I'm not too thrilled with it though.
My last, it's obviously the Zack Hample story is a little downer story a little bit. So, but let's bring it back up with my favorite baseball related video of the week. I sent this to you earlier today. Blooper. The mascot for the Braves absolutely just demolishing young children.
I need to know the backstory. What was the backstory? Why were all of the mascots, the random mascots there playing football?
It was like a halftime show. So
okay.
All the local mascots were playing against this little peewee team, and Blooper takes the hand off and just starts stiff-arming kids.
It was magical. I love it. I love it so much. That was...
And...
that's a feel-good right there.
Oh, my God. And, part of me feels bad for these little kids, but oh, my gosh. My dark-humored heart was just... I was cracking up. Like, every time I watch it, I think it's hilarious.
That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good that at least somebody else in this world gets a little humor when people get hurt. Because me too.
Oh, yeah, like one of my favorite things, like at the Houston Rodeo when they have the mutton busting, and so they pan the camera over to the kids, and they just like the kids like all limp, and the kids just crying. It's like, like I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Like, I love children though. I do love children as much as I don't like to see them. I don't like to see them cry. But
well, speaking of people getting hurt.
Oh, Lord.
Let's talk about Harper's return. Bryce Harper. Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited that Bryce Harper from the Philadelphia Phillies has come back to the team because he was battling that freaking elbow issue and then had been playing hurt. So then he was just only DH, right? And then Blake Snell freaking hits him with the pitch and breaks his thumb.
I love Bryce Harper. He's been one of my favorite players since he's been in. And you know, the reason being is that my backstory is I remember I was flying to a tournament, and at the airport I picked up a copy of Sports Illustrated to read on the plane. And it was when he was still in high school and he made the cover of Sports Illustrated. He was hitting just like 500-foot home runs out of his home park. And yeah, unbelievable. So, I mean, I followed his career quite a bit, and I mean, he was mashing the baseball. He had like 15 home runs before he got hurt. So I'm happy to see he's back. I'm stoked. I'm hoping he sprays the ball around the field quite a bit, and who knows when he got hurt.
I am so thrilled because coincidentally, because he's on both my fantasy teams. Coincidentally, when he went down, my standings in my fantasy league also went down. Imagine that. But I'm really hoping that he can come back and regain some of that power that he had because, I mean, in his rehab starts with the Iron Pigs, which, FYI, I really love the Lehigh Iron Pigs. Like, I think that's just one of the best freaking minor league team names. Up there with the Trash Pandas.
Oh, you haven't heard of the Jacksonville? You haven't heard about Jacksonville? They're the Jumbo Shrimps.
Are the Jumbo? That's good. I want to be a Trash Panda. Are you kidding me? I want to be a Trash Panda so bad. Okay, like shout out to the Trash Pandas. Love it, love it. I want to be a Trash Panda so bad. But he went down to the Iron Pigs and in his last rehab start. He hit like 2 bombs and then a double, I think. And he was supposed to go one more rehab start, and he's like, "No, I'm good. I'm back. Let's go."
I love it. I'm excited. He's so fun to watch.
He's so fun, and hopefully that gave his elbow a little bit of time to rest and recover as well. I don't know. Fingers crossed that that his elbow in the off season will get better and we can see him in the outfield next season and not just DHing. But how glad are we that the DH is now in both leagues, and that if there was not a DH, Bryce Harper would have just had to sit out the season.
I love it. I'm glad that rule changed. It was about time. When I was a senior in high school, I had to do like an argumentative speech for one of my speech classes, and I literally did it on why we should have a universal DH. So I'm really glad Major League Baseball listened to me in 2012.
You are a fetus, an absolute fetus. I cannot with you. 2012 high school. I can't with you. Freaking A. Anyways, talking about people on the injured list.
No.
Let's segue this into our current Astros, now on the quote unquote injured list. We will start off with Ryan Presley going down with a stiff neck or some sort of neck injury. What is going on with your neck, Ryan Presley? Why? Okay. Like, do we need to get you some sort of like neck brace? Do you need special pillows when you travel? Do we need you to have all of the special pillows when you travel? What is going on now? I don't understand this.
I don't know. That's a tough one. That and then like pulled hamstring.
A lead miss.
and groins. Those are all wishy-washy injuries that they don't have no like guaranteed timeline of return because there can be like nagging injuries.
Yep. Chaz with his pinky dislocation. Sir, tape that up. Tape it up. Get back on the field because we need you.
So I didn't see this. I knew what happened, but I guess I stepped away or something when this happened. Did he have an oven mitt on? Did he have one of the little oven mitts? Oh.
Did not have the oven mitt on because he was sliding back into first. He was sliding back into first because he didn't want to be picked off, and he jacked it.
You know, I was hoping you were going to say yes, that he was wearing one, because I hate the oven mitts. I don't understand the oven mitts.
No. But apparently the oven mitt would, I don't know. I obviously have the athletic ability of a gnat, Shelby, so I don't know these things. Okay? Do the oven mitts help those things? No? Yes?
I don't know. The oven mitts were not a thing when I was playing. It's just been like very recently that they have come into play. So,
Shelby,
I don't know.
This is why we keep you around on the podcast. So, A, so that I don't talk to myself, and B, so that an actual athlete can give me insight on things like this. Okay, I need you to find out.
When you dive back, like the dirt will get on your hands from like going into the ground, but I don't never remember it.
I don't know.
Me either. I don't know. Interesting.
I also don't understand why bases are hard. When I first started watching, I think I blew Mike's mind. And Mike's my husband, for those of you that don't actually know me personally. For like the 4 of you that listen to this and that don't know me. Mike is my husband. So when I was asking Mike about it, he looked at me like I was insane. I was like, what do you mean that bases are hard? He's like, why wouldn't they be hard? Well, because people are like sliding into them and stuff. I feel like they should be soft. And he goes, no, why would they be soft? Well, because people are sliding into them. I feel like if you are running at a very high rate and you step on it funny, you will roll an ankle. No? And he's like, no.
Yeah, but for real, think about it. If the base is soft and like you actually step on it like with your full foot and it gives in, think about how unstable that would be, you know?
Honestly, I don't understand why.
You know what?
I honestly don't understand why the base is not flat. I don't know. I don't even know how it would stay in the ground. Okay, that is not for me to figure out, Shelby. There are
what needs
engineers.
To happen is you need to throw some kind of event and call it like Susie Ball, and I need you to like create. It's like the banana ball, right? And it needs to be your own rules.
Okay, but really though, I don't understand
oven mitts.
Why the oven mitts are there anyways, all right? But the bases, maybe some softwood, okay, Shelby? Who knows? All right, who knows? How far will a ball go if it gets hit with softwood instead of hardwood? Okay. Good gosh.
Oh,
land almighty. Anyways, going back to all of the injuries. We didn't segue this very well at all. But anyways, going back to all of the injuries that the Astros are dealing with right now. Jordan apparently sitting out today with a hurt hand, or with a hand that had received treatment, but is not the same hand that he went on the IL for a couple weeks ago. So, look, people, I understand that we love Jordan. He is our big popper, okay? But when his hand got hurt, or his wrist or whatever got hurt way back, I don't understand why we just didn't say, all right, go get surgery, do the rehab. I feel like at the time, it would have been enough time for him to rehab and get back in before playoffs. No? Yes? Just me not being an athlete and not knowing how athletes work?
Yeah, well, there's a bone in your hand that like it's a freak accident. You can literally break it from swinging a bat. And
the hamate bone.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously that was like the whole fear, but maybe he's gonna wait. Maybe he's just waiting till after season. But this is obviously like ongoing continues to come up, like something's got to be done. Like we're just doing, it's like we're just doing like preventative stuff, and we're not actually like taking care of his hand. Like what needs to do to fix it? What do we need to do to fix it?
I think it's handmade bone surgery, and then apparently you become a superhero afterwards. I don't know, but there apparently all of the guys that had handmade bone surgery or something came back swinging even harder, and all of their stats went up. I'm just saying. But obviously, since that hand is hurt, he's been overcompensating with the other hand that is now feeling it. So now we've jacked up both Jordan's hands. Is that what you're telling me? Yes, that is what the Astros are telling us, that they've jacked up both of Jordan Alvarez's hands. And now JV is out with quote unquote calf discomfort.
Discomfort is a terrible word to ever come out of the Astros management mouth, because
if I don't ever hear the word discomfort ever again in my entire life, it will be too soon, okay? Because when Lance McCullers went out last year with forearm discomfort, stop it, Astros. Just freaking stop it. And then Michael Brantley had been out with shoulder discomfort. So what you're basically telling me is that anytime that you use the word discomfort, Astros, it is season-ending surgery. That's what you're trying to tell me?
That's not what it seems like. I mean, yeah.
You're 2 for 2 when you're using the word discomfort here, Astros, okay? Y'all need to, and I get it, you don't want to play your hand and let the teams know whatever, okay? But could you, just a little bit more transparency is all I'm asking for here.
Something. I mean, I feel like they could have came out and been like, yeah, I think he had thrown like 60 pitches in like 3-4 innings. He'd thrown a lot of pitches. Say that. Hell, I would have been okay with that. Right? That makes more sense to me than
he tweaked his calf. Okay. All right. We're good. Thank you. Do not ever freaking say calf discomfort again. Don't say the word discomfort, Astros. That's all I'm asking for. Okay. Any other word besides the word discomfort. Okay. I will even buy the Astros media team a thesaurus so that you can come up with other words for discomfort. Don't say the word discomfort, please. I am begging you.
I know we all think the same, and we need JV to return, healthy, because he has been an absolute freaking dog this year. Cy Young running, so definitely hope he heals up very quickly.
I will hand it to our bullpen today. Everyone threw some shutout innings. And Montero, you scared me a little bit at the end. Apparently that is your job, is to inject just a little bit of fear into my heart every single time you pitch and make me a little stressed out. That's okay though. That's okay, because you pulled it out. Okay. That is okay. We ended up winning in the end, and I will take it. But I mean, I don't understand how these no-name pitchers come into our series, our lives, and just turn into apparently like Cy Young caliber pitchers that like the Astros hitters are just making look just so good. I don't understand it.
The Orioles pitching staff, I don't know what they did before they came to Houston.
They ate their spinach.
Or maybe they had ringworm. I don't know. Maybe they were treating.
Don't be throwing around accusations, Shelby. Okay, I don't want people to come down on our podcast here. All right, four listeners. Okay,
whatever they did, whatever was in their routine, they're going to carry that on for the rest of the year, because they made the Astros offense, who just came off of a great series with the Twins. They put up a lot of runs, made them look
terrible. Awful, horrible, asleep.
At one point, they hadn't scored a run in like 15 innings.
It was stupid. Shelby. All of it is stupid. Okay. Shout out to Orioles pitching. You did the damn thing. Okay. Bradish on Friday against Javi. Poor Javi. It was the only mistake. the only mistake that you made, Hobby. Besides that, freaking wonderful pitching.
It's really
but our
frustrating.
bats just couldn't wake up. And apparently we can't hit sliders or cutters or breaking balls or fastballs. None of it. We couldn't hit any of it. None of it. None of it. And I really wonder how much of that is attributed to Robinson Chirinos. Chirinos. Is it this Chirinos? Okay. Yeah. How much of that is because he was able to catch us and knew the tendencies of what everybody liked to do?
Because I was wondering about Trey Mancini. I'm like, what did I wonder what their scouting report looks like for Trey Mancini, because obviously they know everything about him,
Right. But I just also, baseball gods, it was a little bit romantic when they walked off, or when Kyle Stowers hit his first major league home run for the Red Sox, I think it was. And then that was the guy. That was the guy that we traded, or they traded Trey Mancini to us and felt comfortable enough for Kyle Stowers to come up and be in the lineup for them, that he hit the tying home run for the Red Sox so that they could walk it off. Orioles, I love y'all. Just not now. Okay? I need you to be the Cinderella story elsewhere. Please and thank you.
Yes, somewhere else. Well, and I always get nervous. We do have a tendency, the Astros, they play down. They do play down. I mean, for example, the Oakland A's, we play down we never play our best baseball against the worst teams. We never do. And I mean, I know there's people like Cedric Mullins. Every time Cedric Mullins hits against the Astros, he hits very well.
Well, it's the Yankees revenge tour. I'm trying to look up the score for the Yankees. It's the Astros revenge tour. Oh, the Yankees lost.
Oh,
the Athletics take the series.
Wow.
The Athletics take the series.
The Yankees.
Shout out to the A's for taking the series.
Gosh, continue the Yankees' woes.
Did you see that Aroldis Chapman is on their IL?
I did, for an infected leg
tattoo.
Yes,
sir. Where are you getting your tattoos? Are you getting them on a street corner?
That's what I was thinking. When I saw that, I was like, "What?
Where?" I have so many questions. So many questions.
That's a tough one. That is definitely a tough one. There's really not a ton of Astros news this week other than we could not score runs against the Orioles. But again, we talked about this last week. We talked about this wonderful athlete, this wonderful dad. Jesus, Alex Bregman in the month of August. I think he's in running for – he's going to be a competitive candidate for August Player of the Month. I hope. And August is not even finished. So he hits another home run today.
Is there an AL Player of the Month and an NL Player of the Month? Or is it just one?
There's usually an AL and an NL.
Okay, because I was going to say, there's no way that he's beating Goldie.
No. I think they do too, yeah. But in his last 15 games – he's slashing 364, 429, 836 slugging, and he has 6 bombs. He had another one today. He looks great.
Shout out to David Hensley. First big league hit, double. Look at you, David Hensley.
I know.
Tall man.
You talked about he was being 6'7" and how big he was last week. And I got to see him on the field yesterday when I was in the box. And he, his presence, I don't know, just when he stands up, he reminds me a lot of Correa in his build.
That tall, kind of lanky.
Tall, lanky, yeah. That's exactly that's what he looks like. I mean, but he didn't get a whole lot of action, so I couldn't really. I'm going to assume that he's probably not Correa, but he looks the part.
What are you talking about? What do you mean he's not Correa? What? What? What are you talking about? Nobody can be Correa, Shelby. I mean, we got Jeremy Pena. No.
I'm still very sad.
Also, Carlos Correa said, "Hey, Astros, I'm not going to hit anything here. I'm going to just save it all for the next series and just hit all of the home runs and all of the hits for the next series." That's what he did.
The Twins,
they went off on the Giants.
The Twins are only 2.5 games behind Cleveland. It's a decent little race right there. And I would have never thought. That's a weird division. Weird division.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the White Sox are dead.
Yeah, everybody expected the White Sox to come out running. I mean,
no, White Sox are dead. That AL Central, I'm really interested to see what comes up out of that and who actually comes out.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Guardians are in the lead. Twins are 2.5 games behind. The White Sox are 5.5 games behind. So, I mean, it's anybody's.
It's anybody's to take right now. So, it'll be really interesting to see. But we have an off day tomorrow. So, and then we go to Texas for 2, and then another off day, and then LA for 3. So fingers crossed that our bats will wake up and that we will get some more production. Our relief pitching has been phenomenal besides a few blips. And fingers crossed that we can get our bats going. I don't know what we need to do or who we need to light a candle for. To do that, but
I think it was for the World Series last year. I was looking everywhere for the candles with the pictures on them.
Oh yeah.
I was looking for an Astros set to burn underneath the TV. I don't know. I guess I need to start looking for those again.
Yeah, we need our bats to wake up. I don't know how or who or what. Tucker's 17 game streak was broken yesterday. Started back up today, so fingers crossed. Tuck, we got you going. I don't know. Jordan, ice your hands.
Do you have
inject yourself with some red blood cells? I don't even know what you do for treatment for that.
Do you have any talking dirty to bring this podcast episode home?
I don't. And I listened. I really listened to all of the broadcasts to see if anybody would give me anything. Dude, I listened to I like to play a little game. And when I watch the other broadcasts, the other games, to see if I'm listening to the home broadcast or the away broadcast.
Right.
And two of the games that I listened to, it took me a while to figure out who I was listening to. So one of them was the Cleveland Mariners broadcast. Mm-hmm. And Stephen Kwan went over the fence and made a remarkable catch. I am talking just no F's given about his own safety, body, whatever. He was making that catch. And the radio broadcast was very, very complimentary to him. And so I thought I was listening to the Cleveland broadcast for 5-ish minutes because they were like, oh my gosh, that is a player right there. That is they were going off. And then I realized about a play later when somebody else came up to hit and Stephen Kwan stayed in the game, went back in, got a hit next inning, and they were not excited about it. I mean, they were excited, but they were not excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else got a hit, and I was like, "Oh, I'm not listening. I'm not listening to the Cleveland broadcast. I'm listening to the Mariners broadcast." And they were very professional. And I was like, "Oh, crap, okay." And then last night, when I was listening to the Yankees Athletics broadcast, I was thinking that Dallas Braden would give me something, anything. Nothing.
No. Yeah, out of everybody, I would definitely expect Dallas to.
So I was like, do I need to change it over to the Yankees broadcast? I cannot stand Michael Kay.
I can't
to save my freaking life.
I can't either.
I like his broadcast voice though. but him as a person and I don't like him.
Agreed.
But I really like his broadcast voice. So anytime that the Yankees and the Blue Jays play, I unfortunately have to listen to the Yankees broadcast because I definitely cannot stand the Blue Jays broadcast. So that's the fun little game that I like to play with myself. Which am I listening to, the away game or the home game broadcast is the fun game I like to play. And I was hedging my bets. I was really thinking that Dallas Braden was going to give me something, anything that I could put on. Nothing. So I do not have a talking dirty. Dirty.
It is football season, so even when you don't have anything to say, somebody on some football broadcast is going to say that was great penetration. So we may go without it through baseball, but
you're going to have to watch the football games and report back, Shelby, because I will not do that. As much as Mike is disappointed in that, he's like, there's a football game on, right? Well, and there's also baseball games on. So in this house, we watch baseball.
I'll get back to watching some football. There's a couple, and they'll sneak them in there quite a bit. So I got you.
Okay, all right. I'll be on the lookout. But I think that wraps up our episode 3 of Bourbon and Baseball. So we want to thank all of our listeners, all 4 of you. No, actually, I looked up our stats, and there have been 27 listeners of our last episode. We have 6 whole YouTube subscribers, which honestly is like 4 more than I had expected. So thank y'all all for listening. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, like, and share. Surprisingly, we started this because we wanted a female perspective on this great game that we love. And surprisingly, we have 80% of our listeners